If you're trying to replace casters on an office chair and the old casters aren't coming out real easily, I've got the perfect tool for you. And I don't see a whole lot of people recommending this approach, but I tell you, it is the best way to do it. It is super easy, and you'll slide those casters out no problem at all with almost no muscle required. So this here is my Herman Miller Aeron office chair, and it's almost the perfect chair. I love it. I've had it for well over 20 years. And it's now a little closer to perfect because I replaced the casters. The old casters that were on the chair are these plastic wheels. And these are good for rolling around on carpet, but they're not so good for rolling around on tile, which I'm on. These plastic wheels kind of grind on the tile, and they're just not the right choice. But furthermore, after 20-some years of use, they just get dirt and grime and hair all jammed up inside the wheels, and they don't roll that well. And I've gone through here and tried to pick that debris out with moderate success, but at some point, new casters, that's the answer. And so I chose a new set of casters which are, instead of hard plastic like this, they're made of material like you find with rollerblade wheels, a little bit like neoprene, softer rubber. And they just glide on this hard floor so nice. It's the best upgrade for the chair ever. And I really love them. So I'll put a link down below if you're interested in that set of casters. And they fit the Herman Miller Aeron chair. They'll probably fit a lot of other typical office chairs. They're more or less pretty standardized. Now, the wheels are just pushed into the base of the chair, and they're just pressed in. They're not pressed in with a big hydraulic press or anything. They're just hand-fitted in there. And so it shouldn't take a whole lot of effort just to flip the chair on its side, grab the base, and pull the wheels off. Just grab the wheel, pull it straight out, it should pop right off. And that's been my experience sometimes. But with this chair, I grabbed these wheels, grabbed the base, gave it a quick firm tug, and no bueno. They did not want to move. They were stuck in there. Yeah. So I thought, okay, yep, time to be a man. Pull that thing out. So I took a breath, grabbed the chair, gave it a good hard grunt and yank, and the chair won. These things weren't coming out. They were stuck in there. Now, maybe when it was new, it wouldn't be such a big deal, but after years and years of these wheels being in the chair, and maybe there's a little bit of corrosion, dirt, they did not want to come out. Now I see other people using screwdrivers and other prying type tools to try to get the wheels off the chair. And it occurred to me, I've got the perfect tool. And I don't see a lot of people recommending this tool, but I'm telling you, it's the perfect tool for this job. And it made it so easy. The tool is a pickle fork. Now you might be thinking of a little tiny fork that you have on the snack tray of hors d'oeuvres, a little two-pronged fork. And that's what I'm talking about, but not the household one. I'm talking about the automotive style pickle fork. It's a two-pronged fork that's used for working on front-end components on automobiles. It's used for taking apart some of the steering components for breaking ball joints apart. And it looks like one of these. That's a pickle fork. They come in different sizes. This is a medium, small pickle fork. And you can pick one of these up either by the link down below that I'll put, or you can go to your auto parts store and grab one. Since this is a tool that's used for working on the front ends of cars, if you're a home mechanic, it might not be the kind of thing that you need to use all the time. And so there are some tools along this line that a lot of auto parts stores will rent out. So you might be able to just go to your auto parts store and ask if they can rent you a pickle fork for the afternoon for just a couple dollars. Or you can buy one. Or if you have a friendly auto mechanic, maybe you can ask him if you can use his pickle fork for about 30 seconds out in the parking lot to take the wheels off your chair. And so all you need to do is, if the wheel is on the chair, you take the pickle fork and you slide it right on top of the wheel right there. And because of the wedge shape of the pickle fork, as you slide this into position, it will just push the wheel away from the chair, nice and gentle, and it'll pop right out. And because the pickle fork is shaped the way it is, you're applying the same force on both sides of this wheel. So it's going to come straight out of the chair without binding. And so it'll require the minimal amount of force to remove the wheel off of the base of the chair. And in my case, I've flipped the chair on its side and just slid this pickle fork between the wheel and the chair base like so. And just simply the weight of the tool, a pound or two of this tool, was enough to just slip right in there and pop the wheel right off. No problem at all. And these were some wheels that were stuck. I mean, I could not pull these off the chair with my own muscle. But with the aid of a pickle fork, they popped right off. Easy peasy. No issue at all. Comes right off. The new wheel presses right in. And so this is the tool that I recommend for getting the wheels off your chair if they're giving you a hard time. So if you're interested in the wheels that I chose for my Herman Miller Aeron chair, and I suspect that these wheels will probably work on a lot of other office chairs as well, or if you want to get your very own pickle fork for prying stuff apart, I'll put a link down below for you. Great tool. I highly recommend it. And if you change out the wheels in your chair, I bet you'll love your chair as much as I love mine, because these things are fantastic. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the tip about the pickle fork. And if you enjoy tips and tricks to make your life a little bit easier, I hope you consider subscribing to the channel. If you subscribe, make sure to click that bell for notifications so you're notified when new content drops.